fellow crocheters, it's Jan with Jack and Jan. Thanks so much for stopping by, and thank you for purchasing our Metamora Poncho Set. Alright, let's get started with our gauge swatch. This is the gauge swatch video that we provide with every pattern that we sell so that you can get your gauge perfectly and see the stitches that make up that gauge. Now this is a 4x4, and I will tell you that it is a little uneven on this side because this is how the stitch goes and we have an even amount of stitches. So the pattern, it'll work out perfectly, but for the gauge swatch it does look a little off because this is a double crochet and this is a slip stitch over here. This is the pattern, and again it has the perfect amount so that the poncho will be just the way that it's pictured. This is a really simple stitch pattern, but it creates this like lovely texture. I really like it. So let's just go ahead and let's finish up this last row. To get our 4 inches by 4 inches, it is 8 across and it is 8 up. Now here we have a foundation chain, but it's actually the body of stitches with the slip stitch, double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet. 2 rows of that equals 1 inch. So our swatch might be just a little over, but that's because this does have the foundation chain and that's per the pattern. So I hope that makes sense, but the body with the stitches of the slip stitch, double stitch, slip stitch, double stitch is actually 2 rows of that equals to 1 inch. So let's do our last row here, and this will give us 8 rows. Okay, we just finished with the slip stitch, so it's the same stitches. You just go back into it, and I will tell you with this particular pattern, don't pull on your slip stitch so tight because you are going to have to go back into that when you get up on the next row, and you don't want it to be too tight. So it's just slip stitch, double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet, slip stitch. See, it's a real easy pattern. Double crochet. Move my yarn up a little bit here. Slip stitch, and see I pulled that one just a little too tight. So you just really want to watch it. Don't make it so loose that it becomes wonky, but just go ahead and get in there. And then the last stitch, I'm just going to put that in the turning chain there. And that's a double crochet. So again, we have, and you can see that again it's on this side it's a little shorter because this started with a slip stitch and it ended with a double sew, but it is 2 rows of the body stitch, which is the slip stitch, double stitch. That equals 1 inch. So you have 4 of those to get up to the 4 inch, or 8 of those to get up to the 4 inch mark, and then 8 stitches across. So it's basically 8 by 8 with your end hook. And this is the latte yarn, the Super Saver yarn that we used in the pattern. Once again, crocheters, thank you so much for purchasing our pattern, and more than importantly, thank you for stopping by and checking out this gauge swatch video. We hope that you enjoy your Metamora poncho. Happy crocheting!